Hello everyone, welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe, it really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age format and the Majestix Open Series, please check out openseries.majestixccg.com. Also, if you want to learn about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and lists from the game's top players, please visit majestixccg.com/apex-insiders. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores at stores.ebay.com/MajestixHeroclix and stores.ebay.com/ClicksCollective. All the links for everything I just talked about is below in the description. And again, my name is Jeff, and always joined with Clay Wood.
Hey, all.
And Skipper Pat.
Hey!
All right. Woo. All right, guys, we have an exciting episode with us today, but I wanted to start off and reveal something.
Keep your shirt on, Jeff. No one wants to see that.
Hey, that's behind the paywall, friends. That is behind the paywall. You guys don't have to worry about that. It's the Apex Predator. It's $3 a month. You can see all of Patrick Booth's unshirted.
Jeff, I don't even know. I don't even know what you're going to tell us. I want to hear it. Let's hear it.
So, Clay, you already know.
I do. Okay. I just don't know that I know.
I already sent it to you. I just have to pull up the pictures. So, we have a new map coming out for Majestix.
Apparently, I'm not allowed in that chat.
You weren't on the call the other day.
I do know. All right. I'm a liar.
So Clay actually was the first one to preview it, but I'm not sure anybody actually noticed it. So my computer's lagging like hell right now. I apologize, friends. As soon as the image is up, I will share it. But so we went up monster-themed route for the map this time. And it's kind of ironic that Kong has just released. Oh my gosh, my computer is so mad at me right now. Why won't you open? So there it is. All right, let's share some screens, friends. And we'll start off with the small version. Oh my gosh, there we go. Boom, there we go. Kaiju Mountain 2x2 version.
Ooh.
So I will admit, I had to ask, what the hell is Kaiju Mountain?
What?
I know, but I'm sure I'm not alone. There's probably like 3 other people that also don't know what Kaiju Mountain is.
Okay, so let's learn it, everyone.
All right.
So back in the day, there was a thing called Monster Island, and then they took liberties of this in the King Kong movie when Jack Black was in it. And what happened is there was a door that separated King Kong and the monsters from the villagers that lived on the island.
Ah, there we go.
Okay. See, I'm glad I asked.
Mm-hmm.
I learned something new too. All right, and this is the full map one, and then the purple starting areas will be the standard starting areas with 4 corners, non-starting area on the sides. But yeah, I like it. Very dynamic. Good design. Should be fun to play on.
So the 2x3 one just kind of expanded the middle, like pushed everything on the out just a smidge. Is that how it happened?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yep.
You can kind of see on the bottom there. Yeah, it just kind of finished out the huts and things. Which is
kind of cool if you think about it, because it really doesn't drastically change the map like when we do have some 2x2s to 2x3s.
Yeah. And I still think it's nice because some people like to play on the old maps. Some teams function better on the older maps. But for now, that's what's going on.
Hard question for you, Jeff. But
if
so I believe that when modern age retirement rolls around this year,
mm-hmm.
all that will be left are small maps. Do you ever foresee a world in which bronze moves completely to short maps?
I think it's in the realm of a possibility. I don't see why not. Like,
or at least prizes.
We always follow WizKid's lead. Like that's how we've always done things. Like we don't go off and do our own thing. Whatever they kind of do, we follow. So right now they still have modern age or long maps, short maps mixed in. So like you said, when they're done with long maps, we may be done with long maps too. There's still going to be long maps. You want to know why? Location bonuses. So they'll always.
You don't necessarily need to keep it. You don't. I mean, you've kept those maps around for a very long time because of the location bonuses, but there's nothing that requires that you keep them around, is there?
No. We'll say tarot cards move out of modern. They may move out of bronze. We'll see.
Yeah, I know. I know there have been some people who are very eager for those to disappear.
And that is another discussion for another day.
I will say, Clay, your statement of maybe there won't be any 2x3s left after this rotation is potentially almost correct, because I predict there will be at least one map still that's 2x3 that stays inside of it.
What is that?
It's the one, the charity map from last year.
Okay. Was that
that was the
Racer
Racer Motors? Yes.
Yep.
Yep. That is my prediction, is that we'll have one 2x3 left, but because it was printed in such low quantities, how many people are actually going to have it?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I guess we'll see.
All right.
That may turn out to be the most popular map ever, if that is the case. Everybody will, or half of the games will be on that map.
So it's going to be all of a sudden a $300 map, right? Like,
could be. I mean, I have several extras
King's
here
Tomb?
at my place.
King's Tomb, Ancient Hold, those stupid maps should never have been created.
Yeah, that was a pretty awful map.
I mean, it does have the Scott Porter touch on it, so that's why it may stay an extra year.
It's true.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But cool. Well, exciting news, Jeff. Always awesome to see new stuff coming out.
Yeah, no, I'm
excited. Just need a date to play for it, right?
I'm excited to give it away. So hopefully we'll have something sooner than later.
I'm sure I'll come out for knives for that map.
But there was an event over this past weekend for a charity event. Clay, you want to talk about the charity a little bit?
Sure. So IPF is the International Player Fund, I believe. It's
Foundation.
Foundation. Thank you. It's this great, I guess, set of events that are set up. I think it's primarily run by Brad Broyles out in Texas, and you know, I don't know if you all know, but like Brad is incredibly influential on hcunits.net, even though I don't give him nearly enough credit. I really should give him more. But he does so much for the Heroclix community. But besides giving me a tremendous amount of really amazing feedback that I put into HC Units and made this site so much better, he also has contributed a ton of unit art for many of the old sets and continues to work on those, and just recently updated sets for like giant size X-Men and you know, so he is such an awesome guy. Has been running the online tournaments for a very long time. IPF is actually an in-person tournament that they ran just this past weekend. And the charity itself is focused on raising money for international Heroclix players who are interested in making the trip out to Worlds.
It's awesome.
But, you know, need a little bit of financial help to do so, since international flights are so expensive. And so it's really a great way to, you know, continue to build the community. And it's interesting seeing, like, I look at traffic on hcunits.net and it is worldwide. It's all over the place.
Dude, that's awesome. Like, and it's nice that we're able to help them out and get them here, because if Worlds was anywhere else besides the United States, no American would go. Like, be very few.
That is probably true. We are lazy people sometimes.
You know, so I'm happy we're able to make it an actual world event, and that makes actually all the difference, right? Because if you're able to bring players from across the world, it truly is a Worlds event. So that definitely makes a difference. So there's 28 players. The format was 400 points Silver Age. Remind you, 200 of that has to be non-modern. 200 modern is the cap with their extensive ban and restricted ban list. So, congratulations to Michael Eskew, if I believe I said that correctly, taking the dub home.
I say one last thing. Sorry. Our listeners might be wondering what the heck we're doing talking about a Silver Age event.
Because we're crazy.
Primarily focus on bronze.
I was just going to slip it in,
really,
but all right.
Besides the fact that there wasn't a bronze event, I thought it was really interesting to discuss this because there is a good bit of overlap between bronze and silver.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's interesting kind of looking at this with that in mind through that, like, hey, are these teams actually really viable in bronze and we're just not, kind of playing it that way? Or are there subtle distinctions in the silver format that makes it worthwhile? And then, of course, we have this big Rock Cup event coming up in a couple months that probably a number of people will be attending, myself included. And that is very much centered around silver. So sorry to cut you off, Jeff. Go ahead.
No, I'm 100% about data gathering. I can get idea from anything and tweak it for bronze, for modern, whatever works, right? I'm all about the data gathering. So yeah, I definitely think this is interesting and we can always grab the ideas from bronze. So yeah, Michael Eskew, first place, rocking in Legacy Thanos. I love it. Oh, this is my boy.
Yeah, the man that got ratted into the ground not once but twice comes in first.
And just when you think he's dead and buried, here he is making a resurgence.
He doesn't need just 5 stones. He needs 2 rings also.
So it's so good because he's got the double bolts. The EE makes it good, right? And just he's a beast on his own. I was talking with Ryder earlier, and I was like, "Oh man, this one," because I was going over the teams, and he's like, "It has an errata. Did you play it before or after the errata?" I was like, "I played it before, but it was good." And apparently, it is still great because this dude just walked home with the winner. He's rocking dice manipulation DJ Doom with Lord Doom and Robot Doom on the sideline.
No time platform.
No time platform. Interesting.
He had the time platform. I think it's kind of like one of those things where it's optional. You may start the game with it. So
understandable.
Yeah, I think this is my fault for not adding it, but he had it.
We forgive you, Clay. It's okay. Wonder Woman, Mad Jim, always good to see him out and about. And it looks to be Black Shirt Porter with Red Wing.
So it was very interesting. I don't know if you all remember, but the bronze scene kind of settled on a Thanos build that was centered around him dealing as much passive damage by loading him up with mystics and what was it, the Millennium Puzzle?
Millennium Puzzle. Yep. Yeah, that was the best.
Yeah. So every time you punched him, you take 2, which was pretty. And then he would just sit there and regen, and you'd just be like killing yourself. This build was much more
feedback damage was intense.
Or this was different.
And he just heals up. Yeah, it's a lot.
It's harder for him to do that now that he can't pick regen every single turn. So this build was a little bit more centered around throwing him across the map, killing a couple things with the incandescent and lightning rings, which just do tons of splash damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then him running all the way back into the starting zone and just dropping a ton of barrier, keeping the team alive with Wonder Woman and and Doctor Doom time platform, and then letting time run out. So that was what I saw him play it. And seemed to work out quite well for him.
No, that's awesome. Very good. Congrats, sir. Always happy to see Legacy Thanos out and about. I think the only change I personally probably would have made was instead of the Red Wing, I would have put armor on the Wonder Woman.
He did the Red Wing because he needed the outwit.
Like I know the outwit trick where you swap and everyone kind of keeps making the bystanders and stuff, but I just don't see like Scott Porter going all the way across the map. Maybe.
He was using Red Wing to go, at least the couple matches that I watched, he used Red Wing to go and pick up the nifty traffic barrel and bring it back.
Okay.
I don't know how important that is. I guess, maybe on that same note,
It's actually
scroll up just a little bit. You can click on the notes button there right next to the format. I know this is kind of a somewhat hidden feature. You can actually add notes to your team build. Yep, right there. And I added a link to the live stream. So if you're interested in watching this team be played, you can check out this live stream link.
Clay, why are you so cool?
Man,
that's awesome. No, I like it. All right,
I wish it was a little more discoverable. You should just like navigate to this page and boom, there's a blaring video playing. But I'm not that sophisticated, so I'm not that cool, Jeff.
And we got to start adding video media onto this. Just have a little like a little window just right above where it says 1 out of 1 prime. Just a little video screen that can watch stuff while you're reading it.
Can I start streaming to your site?
Maybe that would be a possibility.
I'll just start streaming our weekly games to your site.
I love it.
Get to watch Heroclix in Spain somehow.
Ironically, the Mexico Heroclix pages have like thousands of followers, like 2,000 followers. Like it's crazy.
Wow. Okay. I didn't realize that.
I learned something new today.
Maybe I should be trying to translate my site into Spanish.
Google Translate, buddy. It does beautiful things.
Go find an AI and get it to do it.
Congrats to Matthew Donham.
Another Thanos, but not the one you think.
No. I love it. What
the heck?
Dice
Thanos
manipulation,
is this?
the plexes. You got both porters here, Groot. So like when this guy goes off and he hits that 10, all 6 gems fire off.
Is this the Ultra Chase?
It is. It's Ultra Chase Thanos. So when he hits a 10, right? All of the gems fire off and he gets to do a free thing, right? And then they may use this effect an additional time. So if in any chance in those 6 attacks that you're going to make for those rolls or movement, whatever, right? 5, I think maybe 5. I don't think Space Gem gives you an attack. But
I think it just does extra damage. Oh no, power does.
He's not even playing Space Gem, so it doesn't matter. You might roll another 10, and then it gets to happen again, and you're just doing so much stuff. It's a lot.
Sounds like why he has Q on his team.
Yep, dice manipulation, Plex, Porter reroll, Priestess. Yep, that's how we do it. 6 of Wands prob. It's the prob one. Look, I called it. Sing 1 die. Oh, so good.
So this guy's all about let me roll some 10s.
Yeah, because he's got the time gem, so he's got prob.
I thought it was interesting because this, from a bronze lens, I can't tell you the last time I've seen anybody play this Thanos, Q, Mangog, Space Ghost. So much stuff that is not being played in bronze at all.
Because this is like 210 points right here just for Thanos. Points.
Yeah, it's very much a tentpole strategy. Yeah.
Tentpoles are really hard right now because of the porters.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get the shells that are going to out-action you, even though they're shells. And they're going to be able to hit your high defense because they got the porter. So at least he's got other stuff here to react, right? I am kind of surprised he still doesn't get one-shotted because he's got, 19 with...
His defense is so high.
It's a 19. And then if he's next to someone, it's a 20. Yeah.
And then he's getting perplexed. Yeah. And then he's got the dice manipulation too. Yeah,
one furry friend can destroy him in a single attack.
Which one?
Oh, he's big and he's a monkey.
Grodd. I was gonna say Camo just chews this guy up. Hits him
Kong,
for 6.
man, Kong.
I know
Hits
Kong.
for 7 plus a knockback.
No, I know. So he goes to click 6. Knockback doesn't do anything, and then you get the impervious roll.
And then no, Kong does penetrating.
Oh, if he's on elevated, right?
And if you're not playing Kong with some way of getting one piece elevated under his foot,
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing something wrong.
The other thing that's interesting about this Thanos is his last trait, where he can so when he uses Perplex, he turns off willpower and protected outwit.
Yeah.
So he actually is kind of he has some power canceling, his power canceling penetration, we'll say.
No. So I remember comboing him with Unseen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's interesting because I thought this guy would have just disappeared permanently. He's really, really good, particularly when ID cards were a thing, because he could call in.
He won the silver event last at Worlds. He won some event at Worlds. It was him, Q. I want to say another Q.
Yeah. Huh.
Like it was a 300-point format. So yeah, no, he held his own. All right. Well, what are we gonna do with you, Mr. Thanos? Let's see what Caleb Reddick played.
I like Caleb's team a lot. I was very so Caleb, I believe, went undefeated in the first set of rounds, and his team is really, really good. So he actually admits this. He stole this team directly from Lucas Tom Van Holland.
Oh, nice.
It's actually Lucas's team. It's a dang good team, I have to admit, and it's funny Caleb kind of goes through it a little bit on the live stream and is like, hands down, this I'm going to take this team and I'm going to play it, or I would play this team multiple times in the future. I was surprised it lost. It was kind of a mix of some bad luck. He actually lost to Matt Donham, so he lost to the second Thanos team there.
Got you.
But I think the first thing to note about this team is it's got 2 Tri-Sentinels and a Search for Amit's Tomb card, which, boy, that's a good combination. Because you can, just with those 2 alone, 2 actions, put 4 tokens on that. And, then you can punch something with Scott Crampton for free. You can shoot with Scott Porter, and bam, now you're at 6 at 1 turn. And now you're dealing 1 additional damage.
Yeah. Jeez.
Now,
like this is almost on all the teams I'm starting to build.
It's really good.
That little combo.
Yeah. I mean, it's especially good with Tri-Sentinel.
It is.
And silver and bronze.
Maybe we can make Shredder's good again. 2 pens, not bad.
The next thing about this team is Phoenix Sentinel, I'll say. So Phoenix Sentinel has this ridiculous attack power. When he hits with a range attack, after resolutions, each hit opposing character deal 1 penetrating damage to each opposing character within 3 squares of them that they share a keyword or team ability with. And so many people are playing Porter, and when they play Porter, they play Theme, and that
just melts him.
That's a massive amount of damage. The next thing to look at is the Cyclops Sentinel.
I remember him being good back in the day.
And he has the ability to do more splash damage. When he hits, you can choose 1. All opposing characters take 1 penetrating damage. Okay.
All adjacent. All characters adjacent.
Sorry, yeah. And then you now go up a little bit. So go back to the team. Then the next thing to talk about is Bastion.
Mind control, baby.
Who can mind control friendly robots.
Yeah. So what? He mind control Phoenix Sentinel,
so
Cyclops.
Mind controls those 2 guys, and now both of their powers say attack. This is not so that splash damage can be done
passive.
Twice per turn. But look at Latverian Engineer.
Support, perplex. What
and
else?
a 15 defend. So you can't miss with your mind control.
That's dirty. I like it.
Right? I love that. So, and then on top of that, he's got Pim Particle or Pim Pocket Tank.
So good.
So he can, one of those attacks, he can subtract off an attack and then drop a tank on him for additional damage.
Just call it Splash City at this point, or
It's
Sploosh.
Tremendous amount of additional damage. And remember, it's like one additional damage if they're next to a
rubble
remarker because of Amit's Tomb. So this is a very strong team. This is like a destroy your opponent in one turn type of team.
Dude, I love it.
The other thing that's really funny that I think is worth noting is Master Mold. Master Mold allows you to create robots.
Yep.
Well, guess which unconventional robot is very popular these days?
Scott Porter.
Scott Porter. So Master Mold generates white shirt Scott Porters.
Because he has Sentinel and robot keyword.
Can't he also make Prime Nimrods too?
He can.
Yeah.
Multiple of them.
Lots of shenanigans with this team. Very, very well constructed. This team is definitely a contender.
I think I found one of my new favorite teams. I like it.
Oh, this is a team that you should teach Ryder how to play.
I don't know how you translate it to bronze, but somebody can. Let's see.
Get Brandon on that. He needed a new team anyway.
So, he's not allowed to play Genesis until the Invitational, right?
Correct. Be a great team for him to play. We'll call
him
Robot Squidward.
Well, that and he has to buy most of the figures.
Yeah, he don't have budget for this team.
Sorry, he works. He's an employee. All right. Well, congrats, Caleb. On to Diego Valdez. Blackheart. OG Blackheart. 75-point double stop click Blackheart. We got Ghost Rider with Bucky's arm.
Classic.
Defend Wanda Maximoff.
Mm-hmm.
Felix Faust, always oldie but a goodie. Jennifer Kale, Double Porter, Taxi, Magic, a Wendigo, and a Daredevil at 10 points. Mystical theme.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great team. I've played Diego a couple times. Diego has beaten me in the 2 games we've played, which I have to say there's not a lot of people who I have a losing record against, and so I owe you one, Diego. I'm coming for you, buddy. But Diego's a great player. I think this is a great team. It's very, in some ways it's kind of similar to what I had been playing before, what we'd seen with the Ghost Rider defense shell teams, and but I like that he made it a mystical theme. Throwing elements like Faust. I'm surprised Faust isn't still on more teams. He's so good.
Very cheap and effective.
Yeah.
So annoying too.
The funny thing is, you should play him and the new She-Hulk together. See what happens.
I'm starting to like that new She-Hulk a lot more.
Objection!
I was playing, so I'm curious, this is a bit of a tangent, but with the new She-Hulk, she has this power objection. When a character would be given a free action, you roll a d6. If it's a 3 through 6, that action has no effect.
Mm-hmm.
Does that, so if you charge, and charge says you can make an attack as free, so you can cancel the whole attack part of it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's how we played it with my son, and it felt
dirty,
rough.
No,
it was pretty rough.
Dude, it's scary because it's not even once per turn, right? It's any free action.
No, it's once.
It's only once per turn. Sorry, it's only once per turn. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. That makes a difference.
But you get to choose which free action you want to do it on.
It's probably the attack that's going to kill you.
Yeah, or it could be one of those like free actions that just kind of be like, oh look, I just do multiple free attacks, and you don't.
Yeah,
facts.
Like Oh, Blackheart, you think you're going to move half the team across the map? Whoops.
Facts. No.
If she's doing that, she's going to be within range, though, I think. Isn't that like the catch?
Is it within range? Okay. No.
Yeah. I was like, well, if you're already there, then...
Yeah. I don't bet she didn't even have range. Let me have to check this
You'll
out.
have to double check it. Or maybe it just says within 4 range.
I think
like that.
I think the only change I would have made was Soul Sword on Blackheart.
Power Gem is so good, though.
You're right. Within 4 squares. So sorry. Yeah.
No line of fire, right?
No line of fire. Yeah.
Barrier up. Yeah. I just it's so much safer. All right. We got a cool team next. Azael Campos. Did I say that right?
That guy.
Onslaught, my guy, right here. Boom.
That's an OG figure if I've seen one.
I love it. It's funny because this has been getting tossed around the warehouse too, that we've been talking about different figures to kind of play in silver, and we're like, what about this old guy? And he's the one that came up recently. I like it. Super doomed out. Iron Spider, super.
Share the attack value.
Everyone's sharing the attack, right? Onslaught's 12, 11. Who's got a 12?
Probably one of the guys Doom turns into, maybe.
No. Killmonger, no. I think they all got 11s. Supreme, no. Sorcerer, no.
Yeah, I don't think any of them do, but
interesting.
Sad Bear. I don't know why. I don't. So if you're not sharing the 12,
maybe it's just so that if they take damage, they don't suffer the drop of attack.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems a weird pick for a prime. I agree. Maybe we're missing something here.
I know. Yeah.
Onslaught was kind of.
I guess it fits
in the bronze circuits when the Legacy Thanos was more popular because of the trait of having protected.
You can't target me.
Yeah. And
maybe because it fit the armor theme.
Protected mind control as well.
Oh, look. He's a monster. You could play him with Blackheart.
You could. Oh, God. So maybe just because it was 30 points that fit the armor theme?
Maybe, yeah. I don't
He's
know.
got charged flurry plastic. Like, it's not bad.
Yeah, he's pretty solid fig on his own.
Not bad. All right. Cody Manti. Our first Kong. So
double Kong. Not just one, but 2.
It took us to 6th place to get to a Kong. That seems wrong.
But and also Agatha, which is interesting too.
Remember, Kong only recently came out this week in most stores. Some stores had their orders delayed, so that could be the reason why.
Yeah.
Sounds like a shitty problem to have.
That
was not mine.
I mean, I didn't have that problem.
So I wish I could have seen Cody play this team because I'm curious. What equipment did he use Jasper's to put on Kong?
Hell Cycle or Power Gem?
I would put a modifier on one of them because it'd have an extra range because he's a 2x2.
Hmm.
A larger radius for the emotional modifier because he's a 2x2 instead of a 1x1.
I hear what you're saying.
It's the same. It's
Put
the same
the angler on him.
So that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that plays out.
It's
But I
the
like
same
it.
reason why you like why people like putting the nifty traffic barrel on the 10-point Ghost Rider. Is it Ghost Rider? No, Daredevil on the motorcycle.
Mhm.
Daredevil on the motorcycle because he's a 1x2, so you get extra squares for its radius since he's holding it.
No, that's good. Good call. Good call. Yeah, glad to see him utilize the full 8 sideline with some beautiful objects. I love that enchanted crowbar there.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's check out Robert Williams coming in 7th place with a Mortal Hulk
And a Kong.
and a Kong. Mortal Hulk. That's
Frog
interesting.
Man.
Oh, love it. Knockback Fiend. Oh, he's got Avengers Swap. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So, but he leaves him in. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's.
Why
That might have been.
100
Maybe there
points?
was some confusion. I didn't see the game.
Yeah.
maybe he's swap. I guess he can swap in Miss Kang or Blue Marvel or Ms. Marvel, but he can't swap in Captain America. So I feel like there's probably some confusion.
He should be able to swap Captain America because this Captain America can't swap himself.
Yeah, you'd have to swap someone else for Cap.
You are right. Yes.
That's what I was saying. He's leaving 40-point Cap in, which is an interesting choice.
Cap in, yeah.
Because you have to play 2 if you want to swap both out.
Yeah, I still can't help but feel like he probably didn't realize that he couldn't swap Cap out.
It's a common mistake.
Yeah.
But I like the Beetle Pod on Falcon. That's a good call. +2 movement, flight, toughness.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have he already has toughness. It's just for the +2 movement.
Boo. There's so many other ways you can do that.
Yeah. All right. And finishing out that top 8, Dustin Cedars. That is not a name I've heard in a while. And I know this guy used to win a lot of tournaments back in the day when I first started doing the podcast. I'd see his name a lot. So glad he was able to jump back in the scene, and with a camo, no less.
I ain't afraid no shark.
Yeah, he's got Cosmo there for some power cancellation. Cosmo and Emo Mod are so good because Cosmo ignores characters for line of fire, and so when he turns it to Battle Fury, which requires, it gives everybody Battle Fury, so a really good protection against mind control.
Nice.
Or even just to mess up your opponent. So
now, here's a good question for you. Does the emotional modifier say it goes from this character squares, or it counts from them? For the reason why I asked this,
within range and line of fire,
is because of Kraglin.
Within 4 squares in line of fire.
But Kraglin says he can count squares from Guardians guys can count squares from Kraglin. So does that mean that Cosmo could count the emo mod from Kraglin, who could potentially be out there?
I'd have to look at Kraglin.
That's a question there for you.
Does he have?
He does.
So they may count range and draw a line of fire as if they occupied Kraglin's square. But the within 4 squares doesn't matter. You can't count range and draw a line of fire.
Because it's not range, yeah.
It's within 4 squares of this specific character.
Yep. That was a good thought. That would have been interesting.
I was going to say, because I think Cosmo can still use his effect through Kraglin, though.
Which one? The Outwit?
No, the turn off everything within range.
That would be correct, because it's choose a standard power until your next turn. Cosmo has opposing characters within range can't use the chosen powers because he has the Guardian's TA. Anyone within Kraglin would also not be able to use.
Oh, that's cool.
Those specific powers.
And is it both? So it would be within Cosmo and Kraglin? Because he can count?
I don't know.
May count. So it depends. So when you're drawing line of fire to check for one character, you use it from Cosmo.
Yeah.
If you need to check for this another character, you check it from Kraglin. Does that make sense? Like you get to choose. Because you're not checking everything all at once.
So it is both.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. Yeah,
that's a lot of coverage there, buddy.
It is. I like that. That's good.
That's a Patrick hot tip for you.
That's a Skipper Pad exclusive, friends.
All right, so that rounds out the top 8. It's worth checking through. I did add all of the 28 teams, which was took a little while. There's some really cool stuff. Very, very diverse set of teams, though.
I remember someone saying something about a Fancy Dan team. Who was that?
That's that weirdo that has a podcast that likes to scream all the time.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
I feel like he's not good enough for a name like Scott. He's the lesser Scott.
He was playing it?
They covered it in their most recent podcast. Basically the if I remember correctly, the idea is to turn Fancy Dan into an Avenger. Have the AV60 Ms. Marvel take the Enforcers keyword, since she already has Avengers printed on her dial. then you can use the Fancy Dan power to give her an additional attack. So you can have every Ms. Marvel, or you can have 2 Ms. Marvels attack 3 times from the other side of the map. So,
It's good.
Seems cool.
pretty interesting idea. Yeah.
Seems cool. Is it reminds me of like
It's not on here though. It was just kind of one of these teams they were spitballing.
it reminds me of similar to Leech and swapping into Leech,
Mm-hmm.
and then having to move into your starting area with like a KC.
Yep.
Very similar idea.
I didn't enjoy that 2 years ago. That was fun getting that thrown in my face.
But Jackson didn't make it very far.
I know. It was even worse when he did it. I felt like
I was gonna
shit that
say
day.
he made it further than you.
Hey, you know what? You're right.
but you got second place at the 1K. So
I did.
Like in the end, I'm pretty sure you walked away more than he did.
I did, and with a team that I built half drunk at a bar with friends that night.
Well, Mister, I need to toot my own horn some more.
No, it's just that's how crazy that weirdo action screw you over team was.
Clearly, you went to the bar on the wrong night. You should have gone the night before.
Probably.
No,
wise
because
words from Clay.
because his team was locked in like a week before, so he couldn't change anything.
Okay.
Because it was for the Invitational.
Yeah.
Where you 12 players gauntleted. You roll your eyes, Clay. Do you know how much effort and planning went into that for you guys? It was a lot of effort.
On your end or our end?
On my end.
On my
both.
end was setting up with Roland and all the stuff.
My end.
To try to build 3 teams is so tough. It's very tough to play a tournament with 3 very different teams or 3 different formats. I guess we had to build 2.
Well, we learned and we chose a different way the following year.
Never do it again.
I feel that the most past year's Invitational went a little smoother with the Invitational players and like the other events.
Yeah.
Like the Invitational players didn't seem as stressed out and as like overwhelmed. Like as
fun.
You both being competitors, just observationally from like you two, you seem to enjoy yourselves more.
Yeah, it was a lot more fun because you had to build one team,
Mhm.
and a lot of the other events were, it's a pulp team, it's pulp game, it's fun. Oh, this one's sealed. I don't got to really think about it unless you wanted to win and you did homework like Team Vegas. Yeah.
Pay it off.
Well, I think what was nice is that they were all discrete tournaments, so it wasn't like, oh my god, I have to win a sealed game to advance into the finals, which is now back to constructed, and it's like, and yeah. Whereas like, okay, I can play bronze, and if I don't win, I don't care because whatever, I'm already qualified for the next day. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of upcoming tournaments, Adepticon's coming up. It's 300 Modern, right?
Next weekend. Yeah.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
Are either of you two gentlemen going?
No.
All right.
Sorry. But they did increase I think the number of players are around 40, if I remember correctly. So they started off with 32. They raised the cap because it sold out very, very quickly.
Nice.
It's around the Chicago area, so there's catering to the Midwest folks. I think there's a lot of enthusiasm for it because it has been such a long time since there's been a big event.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm jealous of the guys that get to go play. I wish it was closer to us.
I think the main thing that's a little sad is that WizKids is using it as an opportunity to, I guess, release next phase, and so they're not able to use that in the set. However, there have been some stuff that's come out, notably Kong, who will see his debut.
And Sherlock Holmes, which I personally haven't looked at. Have you guys looked at the Sherlock Holmes stuff?
I think there's interesting stuff. Moriarty is very interesting.
Okay.
I'd say it's maybe you'll agree with me with this one, Clay. 3 out of the 6 figures are worth it. Because I like Moriarty, I like Sherlock with the sword,
Yeah.
and I like the lady that puts out all the tokens.
Yeah. You confused me because you can use a shifting focus like effect with the Sherlock Holmes.
You can. Yeah.
So I'm like, if
Watson
you include one, do you include both or not?
You don't have to, because just keep the sideline cleaner. Watson's too expensive. The dog is just kind of, oh cool, you get to come back, whatever.
Yeah.
And the detective Sherlock doesn't really do enough for his points. So it's like these are cool. The books are they made the characters very much based off the books. I can appreciate that. So any big Sherlock fan like myself loves the figures.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. No, I'm excited to get into it and crack it open. Just as you all know, life goes on. So what do you guys expect to see at Adepticon besides Kong?
More Kong?
With the side of Kong and bananas?
Only the same 5 figures from the most recent set because everything else is trash.
I think
so what are the 5
Spider-Man
figures?
is still extremely good. There are a few figures that can make as many attacks, particularly from the other side of the map as Spider-Man can.
Mm-hmm.
Carnage Surfer will continue to see a lot of play. Daredevil. This was definitely Daredevil plus Traffic Barrel was a big thing in Florida.
Okay.
I would expect to see a little bit more of that.
Blackheart plus monsters and mystical characters. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
What? No way. That seems so off script, Patrick.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out hot takes out here. Maybe someone will decide to play Kraglin and Cosmo since I dropped that one.
Maybe.
That'll ruin everyone's day. Oh, half the field can't use a certain power.
So we could jump over to the meta page and kind of try to validate some of these.
Meta page? We have a meta page?
Have you not seen this, Patrick?
Welcome to the 21st century, mate. All right. Oh, whoa. Hold on, guys. In case you're surprised, Scott Porter's are number 1 and 2. All right. So mind you, this is for the month of March. We're 18 days in. I'm going to go back and look at February.
Ooh, I wish we could do a range on this.
Almost 700 teams in the month of February had Scott Porter on it. Let's look at January. Okay. Almost 600.
It's the same top 4. They just flip-flop 3 and 4.
Jeez. All right. So our numbers are pretty accurate here. Kong obviously has moved up with an astounding 422 teams. Scott Porter, white shirt, 001, is in first place. Has not changed. Scott Porter, black shirt, 362 teams. In second place, has not changed for multiple months. But moving on up, we got Kong. It's on like Donkey Kong.
My big furry monkey.
So, just a spoiler alert, we're going to get into building a team with Kong later. But we'll get there. So we got Blackheart, Ghost Rider.
And I don't think there's any coincidence that Kong being number 3 puts Blackheart at number 4.
Oh, absolutely not. Like, Blackheart has stayed stationary, holding his place. He's going to be a staple in the format for a while, in all the formats.
I think Ghost Rider only bumped down by 1 because they needed a slot for Kong. Let's be honest.
He bumped down by 2.
Look at it. You can tell he dropped 2 spots since the last month, so he went from 3 to 5.
Yeah, because he was 3. He was 3 last month. The month before that, he was 4. Blackheart and him were swapping.
Yep.
We got Pegasus Cap, which I love it. Solid figure. Gonna see play for a while. Spider-Man Prime Spidey dropped, but I think he's still gonna throw some weight around.
Yep.
He's the poor man's champion.
Carnage Silver Surfer is the rich man's champion.
He is the rich man's champion. Kyoto.
Dang, I'm going to have to start calling him Daddy Warbucks.
No, because he's fake Daddy Warbucks. He's borrowed.
That's fair. Sorry, Clay. You'll still be my Daddy Warbucks. We got Genesis
Brandon
coming into the
lady.
strong ninth, which I'm surprised I see her over APOC. What do you guys think about that?
She's more of a team player than he is.
100%. And that's been my thought for I've always been in the minority that Genesis is better.
Genesis is better from a team building standpoint,
Mhm.
collectively.
Sure.
Whereas APOC is better at the top dial, where you're just like, I'm gonna throw just meat on this table, one big giant dick, and let's see if it actually works.
That APOC rollout is insane.
It is.
It's insane.
I think the way to look at it is like, do you want more offense, i.e. Genesis, or do you want more defense, i.e. Apocalypse?
Okay.
Well, she also has the carry ability that he doesn't.
Yeah, and I think that's,
for sure.
That's why it's more. That's why it's more offense.
Like I've always been Team Genesis. My Black Lantern teams have Genesis going full points. I always known that I've been in the minority for her being popular. So, and look, she moved up 6 points. That's a lot.
Yeah, I wonder where APOC is on this list.
Exactly. Oh, see, he moved up 7 points. So we'll get there. So 10th place, rounding our top 10 is Arachnite, who actually dropped. I feel like I don't see Arachnite very often.
Probably Kong's buddy with Blackheart is not a bad combo for him.
Charge Flurry, sure.
I think Ghost Rider is also a really good combo. That's why you saw him up there. I was trying to figure out, if you're trying to build an anti-Kong team,
sure.
What do you build? What do you play?
Does anything stop placement? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Patrick.
Someone that double taps is what would help you against Kong, because you have to hit him a minimum twice. Because you have to hit him to his stop click, then you got to kill him. Assuming everyone's playing him at 50, which most people are. Right?
I think so. I think you want somebody who can attack multiple times and who has precision strike.
Yeah,
that's very hard to kill.
Who's that?
I think Arachnite is the figure. I think Arachnite is the anti-Kong.
Because precision strike says you can't reduce below 1, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Which even though Kong says he reduces penetrating damage.
So he's just like ping, 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 dead.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Kong can't kill him. You put the soul sword on this guy, like Kong, you have to hit him 3 times. The knockback doesn't matter because he's got toughness on the stop click.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't kill him, he's got flurry steel energy, so he's ping steel energy, ping steel energy. I think Arachnite's the anti-Kong. I'm calling it right now.
Not a bad call, but I'm going to throw this little curveball out there for you.
Arachnite.
He's probably at least $60, maybe 80. I would definitely say
triple that. Arachnite's pretty expensive.
This is why I'm glad I have my 2. The problem that he's going to have the curveball is Elsa, and she's one of those 5 figures you were asking about, which I would think are only going to be played from the new set.
Now, next phase isn't legal next week, so
it isn't.
Nope.
Oh, that's right. No. It comes out this week, doesn't it?
Yeah. So Kong is going to have I think
he may have one rough weekend. Is what you're going to say?
He may have one rough weekend. Yeah. So.
Because Kong doesn't need the heals. He doesn't need the heals. Other people.
He does not. Doesn't hurt. He can use them time to time, but he doesn't rely so heavily on them like some of these other figures.
No, not at all.
But yeah, I think Genesis, APOC, the ones with stop click and Mystics and Soul Sword are very, very tough for Kong to kill.
No, and the feedback damage too. Well, he reduces pen.
Yeah, the feedback damage, he ignores that. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about losing the equipment, but he just doesn't make enough attacks for it to matter.
It's almost like Ock Arms would make him so much better.
Yes, but those, not legal in.
We'll do a bronze build another day. We'll keep it modern.
Will be exciting is the day that they make another piece of equipment or a way of giving somebody flurry.
They haven't done it since or before.
They have. Right? We have ways of getting flurry. What are you talking about?
So from what?
We have a bunch of ways of getting flurry. Ock Arms, Exospecs. Infinity Gauntlet.
All right, so Exospec screws you because you can't charge.
Yep.
But if you get
So, like,
placed
that's
and you have
bad.
giant and you have
I'm just
Colossus
saying you
Who
can get
cares?
flurry.
No, I mean like good flurry, like usable flurry.
So
Additional-
Aqua Arms and
I
Infinity
understand. I
Gauntlet.
understand. Yeah.
Infinity Gauntlet, you risk the one unavoidable.
Who cares?
I do. That's horrible. That's 30
When
points.
when you do 7 and 7, who cares? You murdered for 50 points plus what it be for plus a free gauntlet because you probably did it with Jim.
All right.
I'm just saying, man.
And that is
So
worth noting. Like
but if you're gonna Mad Jim, why wouldn't you just Mad Jim the Arc Arms on?
remember,
That's fine too.
You can't
You just have the
straight
choice.
up equip Kong. You need to have some sort of shenanigans to get Kong equipped. Either Mad Jim, something that is equipped that swaps out, or Elsa potentially. Yeah.
You just go Jim and you slap Aqua Arms on him and you watch your opponent go.
It's a problem for another day, friends. It's a problem for another day. We're sticking with modern, all right?
All right.
Don't get me all bronzed out here.
I forgot.
So we know Kong is coming. Everybody's excited about Kong right now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go build a team. Like if you were going to go play in it, if we as our collective consciousness were playing at Adepticon and we were playing Kong, what would we be playing?
All right. So first off, the question is, do we want a 200-point Kong or a 50-point Kong? Because I feel the 300-point Kong is just suicide.
Yeah, 300.
I think it's 50-point Kong. I don't feel like there are other point values, honestly.
200 is more for your weekly event, I think.
Okay,
I think
I'm on
whether
board.
or not you play one Kong or two Kongs.
Ooh.
How about we do one Kong plus a black heart and determine where to go past that?
All right, we know. We know we have to play Blackheart with Kong, basically, right? Because Kong doesn't have great mobility, and Blackheart solves that problem.
Solves it for a lot of people.
Yep.
Obviously, 50-point Blackheart. All right,
so Jeff, flip the age to modern.
Oh, good call. Good call.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah. Now we have to ask ourselves the question that you were saying, Clay. Do we want to do double Kong, which has its strengths, or do we want to pair him with a really good partner? I think diversity is the spice of life. That's my opinion.
So we probably want a monster or mystical.
We have some great choices to go with this then.
So at the moment, I'm gonna butt in. We have 3 possible theme teams.
Yep.
Deity, monster, mystical, ruler. Before we move any further, what porters are we playing? What Scots are we playing?
I think.
Should we start off with both and then we can remove if necessary?
I think we start off with black shirt and may add white shirt because we want to alpha. We want to get there first before anyone else.
Okay.
Which that doesn't mean that we don't need the white shirt. White shirt's a fun thing. So we can if we need to cut points, he could be the thing we cut.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna add him with
Yellow Lantern ring.
Obviously, right? Sinestro Core.
Yeah.
We'll just go from there. All right. Let's do it.
So who's Kong's partner?
Popular ring to put on Scott Porter.
What is, Clay?
The Sin ring.
Yeah. No, unless you're playing Black Lanterns, what else are you gonna play? Maybe blue.
Yeah, blue's. Blue used to be the most popular, but it's switched.
Yeah, blue's popular for more turtle shell teams. They're all collectively together.
That and dropship teams, right?
Yes, people that need power.
Like maggots go. But all right, so we got 150 points.
Now, here's some of the things that I was noticing from the meta side, like what meta figure would work well with this team, right? Because of the meta, I saw that's probably mystical or monster. I think the top 10 had at least 2 in there: Carnage, Silver Surfer, and Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that one of them should be his partner.
You want Surfer, or do you want Ghost Rider?
Or Arachnite also fits really.
Ooh, Arachnite, is he top 10? Yeah, he's number 10.
All right. Let's do Arachnite.
Let's do Arachnite.
I like
Now,
Arachnite.
this is an interesting one because I think Arachnite gives you better offense, and as opposed to Ghost Rider gives you better defense.
And
because
Carn
remember,
Silver
like
Surfer
Kong,
may be difficult to
you know,
acquire.
Cosmo can just come along and wipe out Impervious, and then Kong drops like a rock.
Yes,
Arachnite's not mystical?
he should be.
Am I
Arachnite.
mystical?
Why are you not looking in the right set?
Spider-Man Beyond... Oh, it's Avengers Forever, isn't it?
Yep.
Stupid. There we are. There we are. Panda Jeff. I feel like we need a Soul Sword.
You definitely need a Soul Sword. Yeah.
That would help a lot.
Boom. All right. So we got
Now we only
220.
We only have 80 points left, and we have like no support on this team right now.
You know what a
You
solid
have,
80
you have
point...
two Scott Porters and Blackheart. That's all support.
I was going to say, you know what a solid 80 point support team would be? Would be MOEs.
The MOEs, I was thinking the same thing, my friend.
So I want to ask, so that's one direction. The other direction you can go is like a Mad Jim Jaspers. And I think they're kind of...
Oh, modern, yeah.
I think that I think they're kind of mutually exclusive, just because you have such limited space on the sideline. It's hard to do both.
Yeah, you could do so. I'll be the MOE argument. Clay, you can do Mad Jim argument. My MOE argument is more than likely, since Kong is mystical, right? We're gonna slap. What's the big blue demon guy's name? Oh yeah, that's right, Kython on him, right? And we need a way
I can't spell.
to heal.
H instead of Y. CHTH. Yeah,
there we go.
We need a way to heal Kong at our leisure. Black Shirt does not do that, right? He doesn't heal at our leisure. Where if we did an MOE, right, we can heal at our leisure. Right, so I think we start
only if you have Mephisto, though.
Well, that would be the 80, right? Because you have a 50 and a 30 would make your 80. So, which of the MOEs are mystical? I believe it's like Doom and somebody.
Inquisitor.
Right. Inquisitor. Let's do Inquisitor, and then the man himself, Mephisto, would be a great choice. Now the question is, well, this is a theme team, man, and it's mystical. Do I want to play an aggressive Mephisto, or do I do the team-up card Mephisto?
Let's add your... hold on. But let's add Iron Inquisitor and Mephisto.
Do we want Inquisitor, or do we want someone else? Inquisitor, yeah?
Iron Inquisitor is the
Do we have leadership?
Well, that's exactly what I was going to point out. Yeah.
If we don't have leadership...
So I don't know if you've noticed this, but I made it so that
I saw your red box.
You see a checklist of the critical powers. And leadership is missing. Yeah. So
which means you can still put Doom on your team. He's mystical and he does have leadership.
But now you're gonna be but A, Doom is squishy as heck and not terribly effective, and B, you're gonna want to swap him out and you lose your leadership.
Hold on there, kitten. Right? We're making the assumption here that we're gonna go first. Right? If I'm going first, I don't need Iron Inquisitor when it comes to Kong and Blackheart and Arachnite. They're going out. Inquisitor ain't doing shit for me anyway, right? And if I have to go into defense because I'm not going first, on my first turn, I'm going to switch into Iron Inquisitor anyway, and the leadership is going to be moot, right? And I can switch back to someone with leadership on my next turn if I needed to.
I think what people like to, at least I personally like to flip-flop between Iron Inquisitor and King Killmonger.
That's fair. Most people do like that. The other one is that I like is Red, the Venom guy.
Black Skull.
Black Skull. I think he's better than Doom, but he also has leadership too.
So I want to pause just one sec, Jeff, before you're running ahead of us.
Yeah.
Why I like Iron Inquisitor is because he has shield, and then Scott Porter's.
I was going to say the shield pump's good.
And then you pump Blackheart from a 5 range to an 8 range, and now you have solved your you have tremendous mobility with even on full maps with both Kong and Arachnite.
I love that. The problem with that is they have to be at the start of the turn next to him to do that.
Yeah, but that's that's only true. That's only to put down the marker.
Correct.
You can easily play just a standard hindering terrain marker and place it 8 squares away. At the
What if we go the APOC Gen route, or even just Genesis, because she can make this a theme team too.
Yep.
And you get the leadership.
Yep.
Oh, fair.
So, and I just wanted to also say that, like, this is probably why you see Ghost Rider as the more popular choice to Arachnite, because Ghost Rider comes with his own leadership.
Yeah.
It's true. So, do we want to make the swap for?
So should we back out? We're backing out the MOE. We said we're gonna talk about some alternatives.
Yep.
We don't have any primes, and that's why I thought Jaspers is an interesting choice, because there are some good equipment that you can put on Kong.
In modern age?
In modern age, I think Bucky's arm is a really good pick to put on Kong.
Super senses and close combat expert is fun.
Like it.
And
it makes you a bit of unthemed, though.
Okay, so drop Genesis for a sec. Now, what if you played... this isn't going to quite work. I was trying to figure out... I don't know if you guys have any ideas. Is there a way to get Madam Web on this team?
She is mystical, so she'll fit.
But we're still without a leadership, aren't we?
You have the same problem that I did.
Yeah,
you're 15 points away,
and we're really just 5 points away, because we could get leadership with Green Lantern Legacy,
or you could put Spirit of the Game Pog on. Either or, whichever one we had access to.
Yeah, so both are 20.
So now we get into this question of, do we drop one of the Scott Porters?
Which is why I was saying I don't think we need white shirt.
So we could drop a white shirt. We bring in Green Lantern Legacy. Gives us the leadership.
Have 40 now, remember, be careful. We have 40. Do we need to do Green Lantern? Because now we only have 20 more.
But now we could put some equipment out there, right?
I was just wondering
if something more. You're right. We could go back to Genesis.
Yeah. Because
we could make it on theme, though.
Yeah.
The issue, I think I was headed towards Green Lantern, just because you're trading a construct generator for another construct generator.
Very fair.
Or we could go Strange, but that seems not as good.
No, he's overpriced for what we're looking for.
APOC, I don't think it's going to help anybody.
No.
It is interesting if you play APOC and you give Kong a sword.
Yeah, that's a thing.
He'll always parry.
Because now you can only kill him with range attacks, and you can't flurry with range attacks. So if we say that Arachnite is the solution to Kong, well, Kong plus Genesis plus a sword is the solution to Arachnite, right?
And say you give him the shape change sword, so now you have to roll out again.
Yep. Yeah. Right? You could get. That's exactly right. You give him Warlock. Yep. Oh my God.
Dude, done.
So we're gonna give Kong. We're gonna put Apocalypse on the team and drop Green Lantern. Got it. I like this already. Why'd you put Scott? What are you doing?
What's up?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you did. Sorry.
We good?
Yep, you're good. So we have Black Shirt, Madam Web, APOC at 35, who's given us leadership and a sword, right?
I'm not sold on Madam Web anymore.
What is Madam Web bringing to the team? Is what I was about to ask.
You're right, because you can't have the sword and so now does that and now we can add our Scott Porter back.
We could, hold on a second. We could, or
Daredevil.
Daredevil, which I think is a better choice because you do Daredevil, Nifty Barrel, and then you have some points left over for an equipment.
How many points on Daredevil?
10 points. That's all he never needs. He's a gimmick thing at best.
Barrel, right?
Yes.
Okay. We got 15 points to play with. It's mystical.
Or object, or we have equipment.
Okay.
You could play a second Daredevil.
Why would we want to play 2?
Because they are annoying as hell.
It's true. But how do we get them over there?
Is definitely better than 120-point Daredevil.
That is fair.
The question is, how do you get them across the map?
That's what I was asking. I was like, how do you get them there? Like, sidestep.
You know what you really need is Underworld team ability, because then you have the Daredevils copy it.
Yeah. Is there a 10-point Underworld mystical character?
No.
Daredevil. Werewolf. Cheapest ones.
No.
I guess we should play a Moth's Tomb. I don't know. It's probably a waste.
I
we
don't
need
think
that.
it works. You don't have enough.
Doesn't Kong destroy stuff? No, he doesn't.
He does with the Quake.
Yeah,
but
that's
you get one.
It's not worth it.
So
we got 25 points if we don't play.
So if we dropped
Daredevil,
I drop Daredevil for 1 sec. Okay, so we know we have Scott Porter as an option. I feel like what we're missing is some transport for the back line. Like
Madison?
We have so Blackheart's going to part out with Arachnite and Kong.
I say we just keep Porter so they get the +1 attack, perplex, and they go.
Just be careful. Kong is maxed out on attack.
Is he?
With Kython, and you want to give him the arm. You only need one.
No, he's getting a sword now.
He's getting a sword. He's going to get Warlock.
He's going to get Warlock.
So we should add Warlock to the sideline because I think that's an immediate idea.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, it's tight.
You know what's funny is like, yeah, cause you know why I like the construct generator, because you can run across the map and then drop the, what is it, the net next to Kong and give him ESD. That's what we were saying. You can't hit him at close. And now you're making it really, really hard to hit at range too, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Because then he gets a +1, +2, so he's at +3. Ugh. So you got to hit 22s.
Yep.
Or risk a rollout. That doesn't sound fun.
All for 50 points.
So we got either we go. I'm still okay with Green Lantern because like the +3 roll's good. Like the roll to defense is good.
I think Scott.
All right. So unconventional of you.
We don't have a great way of.
Not that, Scott.
What?
That's the right Scott, yeah.
Another fun.
What are we giving this Scott, though?
Really? There's only 2,224 teams that have used this with Scott Porter.
Someone had
that
to
is
make
it.
A joke, okay?
That is all right. I'm just trying to drop the hard facts here, Patrick. All right. Respect the 2,224 people that have built a team with the Sinestro Core ring with Scott Porter.
So here's a question, I guess. Is Mad Jim Jaspers actually doing anything for us? He, besides equipping Kong, he has a perplex.
He has barrier.
But like as we talked about, we could just like, if we found somebody we could swap out, we could just equip them with the sword at the beginning of the game and they swap out and then Kong just picks it up. And then we solve we get some points back. We
So what do you mean swap out? Who's swapping?
We need somebody who's going to drop the equipment. So what are the other ways of getting Kong equipped?
What's her face? Elsa Prime?
Elsa Prime.
How many points is she?
30? But then she has to pay for it. So then
it's more effective to do her.
40 with the sword.
To do him.
Yeah. And we still have a bit of a mobility issue with our backline.
Well, I mean, the Scots can sidestep up. And Apocalypse is not a flyer, if I remember correctly, right? Or is he?
He's not.
Okay. So, but he can move on his own.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This seems rough.
Rough to fight or rough to play?
To play. Like, you just kind of got your one swing and then hope you hit, right?
I mean, how do you get through that? That's most modern teams, though.
But so how do you get through a ton of barrier?
Kong quakes.
Yep.
Okay. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters. That's a lot of characters. That's more than most. That's about average or more than most teams play.
Are you talking about his trait that you'll never get?
Yeah. So if he quakes once, he deals 2 damage to people.
Nope.
Like that's
read his quake ability.
It's 3. That's fine. He's not doing it twice. He needs to do it twice.
So one of the things I've been saying about Kong recently is trying to build for that trait is a fool's game unless you plan on having 5 actions.
Okay. Seems doable.
Which trait are you talking about? The double
willpower, double actions.
Yeah. I think the way that this becomes important is everybody else on your team dies and Kong's still alive. And and that's why I think like the team that we're playing is actually great for that, because he has shape change, like he has the rollout with APOC. Like, you can't kill Kong. He's going to be the last person on the team. And then when he is, now he's going to mess 2 actions per turn. Right.
Be careful. You did put Kython on him, and he'll kill himself.
That's true.
And we put no healing in.
Got Black Shirt Porter.
But that's only at the start of the turn.
You could also assign him the healing sword. Sword of Might? Is it? No, not Sword of Might. It's the other one. Galador.
Is there a sword that has steel energy?
No, it's
Galador.
Oh.
GAL.
There we go. After Blades, when he uses that for resolutions, heal 1 click on this character and all adjacent friendly characters.
That's interesting.
It's an option. It's not a good option, but it's an option.
I mean, I just feel see, this is the fundamental difference then between what Clay and I were talking about. Right? Mm-hmm. In the MOE version, Kong will never not be at top dial from his own effects.
True.
Okay. In this version, Kong's slowly dying because you're putting Kython on.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
you don't have to. Yeah.
I was gonna say, here's a good question then. Could we just combine the ideas? Right? Which means put Jim on a team with the MOEs and Kong. Because maybe we use the MOE instead of Arachnite to attack.
I mean, you can very easily put Chthon on Arachnite.
That too. That's probably a little more scary.
And then when he takes damage, he gets steel energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the other thing we're sadly not
and he kind of gets better. I think he actually gets better if he gets a 12 attack and he's still not on his stop click.
Sure.
The thing. Lose the precision strike.
You lose the precision, that's true. But so you end up just kind of jumping back and forth between.
Yeah.
And the attack thing, the once per turn when he KOs.
Oh geez, yeah.
Yeah. You still get that on your alpha.
Yeah, so charge flurry, 12 for 4. That's pretty good.
You have the option of healing him at the beginning of the turn with Scott Porter.
So at the end of the day, do you think this team could win a tournament?
I think it'll make at least top 4.
Okay.
It does feel like it's a little bit
Clunky.
Close attack heavy. Very. It is a bit clunky. It doesn't have great portability or great, transport outside of Blackheart.
Plus, we're not taking any advantage of the new Herald guys, all the avatars.
I think we're assuming they're not legal, right? Or are we? I don't know. Are we playing for Adepticon or the week after?
I
think
we were looking at Elsa Bloodstone Prime.
That's true. So yeah.
Like, who has Herald? Nobody.
None of these, and that's the thing. What I was saying is there mystical or monster potentially if we shift this to monster instead of mystical?
That's true. And then you could play Carnage Surfer.
And he's a Herald.
Yeah.
He is.
Which means you get Khonshu.
So if you want to kind of switch gears completely and go the monster route and see what that looks like.
I think so.
We drop the Arachnite.
Okay.
I think if you go monster, I like the
you gotta drop Jim and
MOE.
Deepak.
Yeah.
All right. So we go MOE, you said?
Yeah.
And then you would start with Blackheart probably. Because he's your leadership.
Oh, hold on. That's why it's all.
Start with Blackheart?
Isn't not Blackheart. Black Skull. Black Skull has leadership, doesn't he?
You got to start with Black Skull.
Yeah, the leadership is the problem with Monster.
Yeah, unless you just hard pay for Emil Blonsky. He's 30.
Yeah. Who is the other
I'd rather pay 20 for Spirit of the Game.
Yeah, true. You can do that too.
All right, so we got.
And we still have 65 points left.
There's only 136 monsters in Modern. That doesn't seem like a lot. Let's see, low to high. Daredevil. We don't have a Prime yet. Hulk, Carnage.
Yeah, so Carnage. I like Carnage and Hulk.
Carnage helps against Prime Silver Surfer. Prime.
Sorry, I meant Carnage Surfer.
Oh,
yeah, Carnage Surfer for the attack buddy.
Where are you? There you are.
And then he gets a Herald for free. He gets Khonshu.
Give him some prob.
Prob and stealth, buddy.
Because that figure needed to be better.
Yep.
There you go. So we don't need Warlock anymore. Apoc's not on the sideline. What? We don't have very much equipment.
We don't. Which is not a terrible thing if one of our friends that we're playing against is playing MOEs. We don't care about King Killmonger.
Because we want to kill King Killmonger. Maybe a Kid Thanos? What do you guys think?
Kid Thanos would be good. He's a cool taxi.
I'm pro Thanos.
You could also put on the Prime that you love so much.
Absorbin Man. Well, we got
somebody then.
I was gonna say we got 15 points. I think our sideline's okay. Like we could do Prime Hulk, but he needs a motorcycle. If you want that sidestep.
Here's where you could add, say, the you could add Bucky's arm, Black Skull.
Yes, there we go. Now we're talking.
There you go. Yeah,
fix it up.
Do that, or you give him the Warlock sword if you wanted to.
But Apoc's gone.
So you pay 10 points, right? Or we only have 5 left. No, we have 15.
Now we got 10 point object.
You can put the shot gauntlets on Blackheart. Now you have 2 characters with Pulse Wave.
Knockback.
And then there's 5 points left.
You already have a traffic barrel. So you could...
Oh, drop the traffic barrel.
So, or you could go the route of dropping the shot gauntlets and add Daredevil.
Ooh, I like that better.
It's probably the move. Actually, I still don't think I have a Daredevil Legacy card. I got a bajillion of the figures, but no Legacy card. Sad bear. All right, that seems pretty cool. I think this is far better.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to suck about it is that you cannot swap out of Black Skull, or you will lose your leadership.
Yeah.
Which just means we're assuming you're going first, and you're going to do your 4 actions, and you're going to swap out into someone else because your attacker's already out there. Or if you are not going first, even though you have a plus 4 to go first, then you're going to swap in defense mode and barrier up and hopefully not die.
Yeah, and the problem too is like if you want to get that Bucky's arm onto Kong, you have to swap.
Yeah.
Yep. And now you've just lost your leadership.
I don't know. I don't know if I like this.
Maybe drop the Bucky's arm and then just go back to shot gauntlets then. And Kong doesn't need anything. Because why invest more into him? He's already good.
Yeah, because you want to be able to go. Like, you don't want the extra action to...
And with King Killmonger out there, having equipment on Kong is not always a good thing.
Correct. Because it's nice to have Kong as your solution to King Killmonger.
Yeah.
Because you just punch him in the mouth and he explodes.
There you go. All right. So we got main force, sideline. We'll come back to maps. We're gonna stick with the nifty traffic.
You want
barrel.
Carnage Surfer to be equipped?
Doesn't he have Khonshu?
Yes.
They can't be equipped. Is that right?
Which is okay because he doesn't want to be equipped anyway because we want
search
more.
Search for Chthon. Sorry, search for Khonshu. Just type Khonshu or Avatar.
Oh.
And add that on. You can put that specifically on Carnage Surfer.
Oh, you added that. Nice.
Cute. He still has to be sidelined though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
The Sinestro ring. We got Mephisto. Yeah. Let's see. So maps, you probably want
everything
small.
with lots of elevated. That's 2x2.
So Harley's, right?
Are we thinking? I was going to say Ultron layer.
That's another good choice too.
Would you prefer the indoor or the outdoor? So I would rather go outdoor because Kong can reach over the blocking and punch you.
Well, that's true. That's a good point. Okay.
If the indoor,
it does not hurt to have both though.
Council of Red Chambers. What's up?
Where's that?
Go up to.
Yeah, there it is. There's a lot of level 1. Like we want mostly red maps, right?
Yeah. So I would keep Harley. I would keep. I would still do Ultron because it doesn't. If they have something that needs to be outdoor, you put them indoor and you just work around the area.
So you get one more map.
Yeah. So Ultron is almost all elevated, right? Is that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can almost always get one butt cheek on an elevated.
I was gonna say you should be able to punch most places.
Yeah.
What's up with the Injustice Gang hangout, Clay? Doesn't have an image.
That's weird.
It is.
That one.
Oh, Strange Mansion is also
That's indoor though. That's
pretty good. I think I like the Ultron better.
Mhm.
Any particular outdoor map? I think that's all you really need.
You need a 2x3.
All right. We're in modern age. Let's see what 2x3s are optional. That's not a good one. No. Maybe.
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 I don't know how many people have that map though. That one would probably be the one you want, whatever that one was.
That was a 16x16.
Oh, that's 2x2?
Yeah. Nope. Maybe.
Danny the Street could be very useful because I
think
think
I like-
you can always reach across. That one's even better,
Yeah.
but that's indoor though.
I think Danny Street.
Danny. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Objects. Some elevated terrain, probably. What do you want?
Shipping containers.
Or
think
round
you want-
platforms.
I think you want one spot of smoke cloud.
Oh, you want it for Blackheart.
Yep.
Standard smoke terrain.
hmm
And what elevated? You said shipping?
Shipping is good unless you want a 2x1. Because on most maps you can fit the 2x1.
Let's try the shipping container. If we run into issues. All right. We got a full team coming on. All right. You guys ready?
Yep. Terra.
I love doing tarots. I'm okay with this.
High Priestess? Are we going
No.
just basic bitch on this?
No, because
Oh.
you don't want to give them the chance of re-rolling their stuff.
Hey,
Yep.
so what about the full? Because we're really not playing equipment.
It's a fair answer. All right, and a lot of people are.
I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
Not
What was your thoughts, Patrick?
Scroll down a bit on those cards, please. Strength is a good choice.
What does strength do? Ooh, okay. That's cool.
That's always
I
a good
like
one.
it.
Or we go the old Hanged Man route because that's a May.
True. That's pretty risky.
Not with Carnage Silver Surfer.
It's fair.
I like the star. I don't know. I know I'm crazy.
Ugh, you're
Dude,
nuts.
that's so risky. I can't do it.
That's like saying I want to play the tower.
But here's
Come on.
here's why I think this is okay. It's because, like for Kong in particular, him taking a crit is because he's not dependent upon super senses. The crit doesn't matter as much. He can hit imperv and roll out of a crit.
'Tis true, but this also increases the chances of your opponent's super senses.
And shape change.
Well, we don't care about shape change because Kong's Battle Fury.
And
That's
pervious.
True.
Yeah, I don't care about Battle Impervious because Kong says you can't reduce his
Some
damage.
people reduce pen. Some people
Yeah,
reduce pen.
and the Daredevil breakaway. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you don't play the star and you don't play the tower unless you're suicidal.
Well, you're playing a defense shell team. You play the tower.
Not against Kong when he's got a 15 attack.
Yeah.
Right? You can always play death. We don't have a lot of healing except for the Kong, right? That one
Yeah.
turn, and that could mean a lot against teams that have lots of heal. But this
Yeah,
is
but
kind of like a secondary one. I wouldn't.
It's
make
not
this
worth
my
the
first pick.
20% chance you're gonna pull it on the team on the turn you need to heal.
Yes, very true. Very, very true. That's why I said this is more like a secondary choice one.
Mm-hmm.
I think you were either going to pick Hanged Man or what was the other one I said?
Strength.
One of those two would be useful. I think Hanged Man is great because that just gives you an extra +1. You took the damage. It occurs before your black shirt goes, so you can Hangman, get the +1 all stats, and black shirt the damage back.
Ooh, all right, that might have sold me on it. That's pretty cute.
You're welcome.
It's pretty cute. What are your thoughts, Clay?
Sorry, which one did you guys are leaning towards?
The Hanged Man.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Could you go Hangman? You take your damage, and you have black shirt. You heal it back.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
And you get to do it before your opponent gets the heal.
Yeah.
Assuming they have a black shirt. I think Hangman's the better choice.
So, side note.
Yes.
This says each player may deal 1 unavoidable damage to a friendly character. Does that happen from if the Moth's Tomb is on the field? Does that make it 2?
I don't know what a Moth's Tomb says.
Oh my god! You know what else we could do? Is we can
increase the damage up by 1.
Sorry,
when a friendly character deals damage. Never mind. Nope.
We could drop Daredevil and add another avatar and put the avatar on Kong.
You want to hard cast the avatar?
Yeah.
And you want to put we're gonna put Crocodile on him, aren't we? For Steel Energy.
And you give him Steel Energy.
Oh,
yeah.
Then we gotta drop the nifty traffic barrel, which means we have 5 points left. Unless we're gonna make Mephisto carry it around.
No.
Drop the barrel. Yeah, the worst.
We have to find another MOE to drop.
Drop Ghost Goblin.
Yeah, I think that's what I was leaning towards.
I was saying Kid Thanos over. You think Ghost Goblin?
Yeah, drop Ghost Goblin because Kid Thanos you may use just for the fact that he does passive damage.
And prompt.
And he has stop click. Ghost Goblin is always a great choice. The problem is he's so squishy.
But he gets through barrier.
So does Kong with a quake.
It's just 1 quake.
It's a very big quake. Remember that? He's got a colossal reach of 3.
Poison Still Energy. All right. Oh, sideline. And you said Avatar. Emit to Kong. All right. I'm liking this. I'm happy.
And now Kong's got more passive damage with that poison. That was a good choice.
I like it. We're vibing.
This avatar's butts. The most butts. He's not even on my top 5. But we found a use for him in this specific case.
All right, so we drop this.
Yep, we have 5 points left.
What else is 5 points? That's modern.
Probably a piece of equipment.
We can put Bucky's arm on somebody.
Well, here's the thing now. Mephisto's less important. Would we want to drop him for a better leadership option?
But Mephisto gives us outwit prob.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Anyways, I mean,
and the heal.
And an extra heal, yeah. Ooh, that means we just healed 3 in a turn. If they don't instant kill Kong in their turn, he goes back, I think, to almost near full.
Wow. All right, so we could give him energy explosion on Mephisto. It's not bad.
How many points do we have?
5.
5.
So it's the barrel, the hydrant.
The hydrant too.
Opposing character must end their movement when they move adjacent to this object. So if Mephisto's carrying it, they have to stop movement next to him. That's not horrible.
I'd still say maybe the barrel is the best choice, and you just put the barrel in a really active spot, or give Bucky's arm to Mephisto, because it's get through my shape change super senses, or I'm going to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an active choice for Mephisto.
What do you think, Clay?
Sorry, say it again.
Bucky's arm or the nifty traffic barrel?
Bucky's arm on Mephisto, to be honest. Let's be correct.
I'd probably go with the traffic barrel.
Really? You don't want to give Mephisto 12 and 4?
punchies.
I mean, how many times do you just ignore Mephisto? You're just like, I'll just, don't care about him. And then he
Yeah,
hates
and now when he has the traffic barrel, you don't say that anymore.
Oh, so you want to make him annoying, not life-threatening.
I mean, I think you just make, because he's such a good tie-up piece.
That's fair.
He moves wherever the hell he wants because he ignores characters. He's got shape change super senses prob.
He does.
And
poison.
if you kill him, he comes back to life.
He does.
And I think all he does is drop the barrel then at that point.
He would.
Compared to he would, break the arm?
It would drop.
Okay.
I just think because he doesn't have move and attack, the arm's less useful. And the super senses doesn't do anything because he already has it.
Yeah.
Very true.
All right. So we're going to go with Hangman. Is it for our...
I think so.
Our big boy. All right. All right. Moving on to cups. Defense. Defense. Let's see. Toughness. Defend. We're not defending. We don't got reflexes.
Go to
we don't.
10. Go to 10.
Impervious. Sure.
There's so much Psych Bless exploit. You'll never get to roll it.
Kong
doesn't he reduce pen?
Kong reduces penetrating.
He does. Ugh.
This is great for Kong, right?
It kinda is.
Who else does it help?
Not anybody else, because everybody else has gets psychic blasted. So I think this is I think that's a good choice for Kong.
Rest of the friends doesn't really help too much.
Yeah.
Take some. No, that cripples Kong. Oh, doesn't he get regen as free though? No, or he gets regen on his stop.
I do not.
Stop.
Oh, regen is free already. If he has 2 action tokens.
Yeah, but he should never have 2 action tokens.
It's either that or the willpower card, because who doesn't have willpower on your team?
Blackheart doesn't, right? Or is he Power Cosmic?
No, he's not Power Cosmic. So Surfer, Mephisto, Kong, probably a Porter.
I still give I'll gamble the 10 of cups on that one.
All right. Moving on to Pentacles. Our attack.
We don't got no flurries.
5.
Movement.
5 of Pentacles.
You want to do the supercharge?
Yeah.
Why don't we just call this Kong's Tarot deck at this point?
I mean, it could be. I guess you don't. You can go in a different route with that. I guess it's fair.
What else is there? So you know which one I've been liking? I think it's
the
this
plasticity one could be good too.
Earthbound Neutralize. Which one's that one? No, that's never mind. That's Battle Fury. I'm thinking of the Battle Fury card.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Keep the charge one. That's fine.
Charge is fine.
Because you either were going to do charge or hypersonic speed, but charge is better because you can use it with Black Soul too.
All right. Attack. No blades.
Nope.
No EE.
Something with super strength maybe? Or Quake. Quake didn't help.
So super strength, you get to put an object in his hand immediately?
That's not terrible.
What else do we have? What else is good clay?
Psych.
3 of Swords?
Oh, poison. No,
that's
poison.
That's the one you want. Yeah.
No, we want the poison one.
No, you want Pulse Wave.
No, because Blackheart and
No. You put poison on Kong with the crocodile guy.
I guess it works with Mephisto too.
And doesn't that one say you can do it even if you moved?
Yes.
Yeah. Or been placed.
I like that better over the Pulse Wave.
Because you know what? I love Porter, but in this build, we are not taking him with Blackheart. So he's got to truck it on his own.
And if we're Pulse Waving with Blackheart when we move out,
we're hurting our own guys potentially.
Yeah. Unless you strongly disagree, Clay.
I think they're both decent. You could kind of go either way. You could even do both.
And the other thing is, remember, poison is only a free action. Pulse Wave requires actions, and we may not have that economy if we have to dump our leadership. for a turn.
All right.
Poison hurts Carnage Surfer, though. I do worry that there's a lot of poison out there. Ghost Rider has poison.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at that point, you're going to get it first before they do. Then maybe you take the turn and swing at Ghost Rider, right? The nice thing about these tarot cards we're picking is we get to activate them before our opponent does, and we can use that activation to prevent their usage of it.
We also get to steal energy too.
That doesn't help Carnage Surfer though.
He has still energy.
It does, but more than likely he's trying to heal past his starting click.
I'm just saying if he gets smacked down a little bit.
Yes, if he eats the proverbial shit, then yes, it is very helpful.
Our two main attackers both have steel energy. That's the only reason I brought it up.
You're not wrong. But we have a lot of healing built into the team too.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll try the 10 of Swords. All right, we're off to our wands.
Didn't you say you like the Battle Fury one? What does that one do?
2.
When you get hit,
Wands.
you get Battle Fury. Hit characters have Battle Fury into your next turn. So if Kong just goes up and quakes for bajillion squares.
That is cute.
Guess what you can't do if you have Battle Fury?
Pulse Wave.
Thank you, Clay. Pulse Wave. We learned that with Thanos in the, what do you call it? Emotional modifier.
This is true. What about?
I think that was part of your learning lesson, wasn't it, Patrick?
No.
I felt like it was.
I don't remember that.
I think you were there. All right. So that's maybe. If not, like Queen of Wands is always good.
Why Queen of Wands?
Reroll. Oh, I guess we don't have any. No, I'm thinking more High Priestess. Yeah. No. I don't know. Unless you guys have any other suggestions.
I kind of like your idea for the hit for Battle Fury. I think that's cute.
All right, let's do it.
I mean,
Clay,
because
I like that one. I think that's a good card.
People are just going to be like, "What
it's
are you
so
doing?"
Good. It's great for Kong.
Yeah, because like Ryder and I were so annoyed with all the pulse waves that were going on. So we're going through all the tarot cards, and we're just like, this stops pulse wave. They can't do anything. Because you know what? If I pulse wave you first, guess what you can't do? Pulse wave me back.
Yeah.
Like it shuts down so much range attacks. And like if we were playing the other version of Kong, they would be forced to come up and punch him.
Yep.
And
so you don't want to punch Kong because he'll punch you back.
Fair. All right. So we got a pretty solid Kong team. You know what I've never done before? You guys ready?
Public.
Public.
Really? You've never published a team?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, my God.
I can't let my tech get out. Are you serious?
You don't share secrets? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's my first time.
I think our only week... Well, we don't have a Prime either.
Oh, my gosh.
Do we have a sideline slot for Jeff's favorite guy? This is where you could say, let's drop Kid Thanos then.
For Absorbing Man?
Yeah. I feel like this is where you need to teach our audience how to get it out within 2 turns.
Nah, that's definitely behind the paywall. I'm not going to let that one out real easy.
Or at least re-show me how to do it because I couldn't remember yesterday.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Guaranteed 3rd turn Absorbing Man, it's a thing. Without interruption, of course. But all right.
Our only issue with this, I think, is the leadership. I think that's our main liability here. But
it is.
I'll give a little secret out. After the 4th turn, like if the game goes that long, you don't have to worry about leadership anymore. Because you have Absorbing Man. He's going to choose leadership.
Technically, he can pick it on the turn he comes out.
No, because you only get 1 beginning of turn trigger.
I thought he says when he comes out, he gets one too.
If Absorbing is at the beginning of your turn. At the beginning of your turn.
That really highlights an issue that monsters don't have a great leadership.
You know
it's
why?
Emil Blonsky now.
Because Meta Magneto is gone.
An okay leadership, but I would not consider him a great one. So
I didn't say great. I just said that he was an option.
He was an option, and it's sad that he's the
cheapest
option.
Back to you, Patrick. At the beginning of your turn, and when Absorbing Man is attacked, choose a standard power. Absorbing Man can use the chosen power this turn.
Okay, so assuming he doesn't get attacked, then yes, you don't have leadership.
Correct. But it's only for this turn. So if you attack it, you get leadership for the turn that you're getting attacked. Seems pretty bad.
If you pulse wave yourself, would you get it?
Sure. Yeah.
You could force it, I guess.
Pulse wave. It's protected pulse wave.
Yeah, but you're just trading one action for another one then.
Seems bad.
Yeah, it's not a great choice.
Unless you're like doing damage and it's like a good pulse wave.
Yeah, technically.
Because Scott Porter would technically trigger it. It just says it doesn't target friendly characters, but you're still
lose all your stuff.
Still lose everything. So you would be. You're not being attacked because you're not being targeted. Never mind. Womp womp.
So 2 other good, interesting leadership options. I know we were getting close to being done here, but if we want to continue to litigate this,
sure.
Lilith, we would have to drop the MOE, folks, but we could play Lilith.
Prime.
Interestingly enough, yep. Who has? Oh, sorry. Oh, she's not the prime.
No, it's 75 point.
I screwed up. You're right. Never mind. She's not an option. Venom Thanos.
Ooh.
Yes. He would be the one where you would drop Black Skull for him.
Mm-hmm.
You could still keep Mephisto.
Maybe. I still feel like the MOE is better.
Yeah, most people would probably feel more comfortable with the MOE anyway, because you get options.
I don't know.
Throw those out there.
So technically, with Venom Thanos, you could give Kong CCE.
Yeah. Or Prob.
Right? Like this is definitely another avenue to go down. So like there's so many Swiss Army ways you could cut up Kong and make him good. So geez. I don't even that's pretty gross. Oh, geez. All right.
I feel bad for anyone that doesn't listen to our podcast this week.
The other thing that you could also do with this team, if you didn't want to go the Carnage Surfer route, is you could just drop him and add Kong.
Boop.
You drop the avatar of Khonshu, but you get your sideline spot back. So you could double down on Kong very, very easily.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
I think I like having the Surfer because it's also a really good distraction as well.
You have a range attacker. You have multiple attacks, so
it makes you more of a mid-range team.
Yes, it gives you more options.
I agree.
I'm kind of sad we had
to
throw
that out there for people who are interested in double Konging it.
Yeah,
that's a good phrase for it. Double Konging it.
DK.
Yeah. Pull out some bongos.
Bada.
All right, guys, should we wrap it up?
That was fun. All right. Well, thank you, friends.
Lots of different options. I feel like we really have 2 teams, Jeff. Maybe we should go back and publish both.
Oh, yeah. We can split them up. I'll publish the other one. We can even we can share it to HC units or wherever. Or we'll share
Kong,
the team.
And Mystical Kong or something.
Yeah, we'll share the team when I post the podcast.
Sweet.
I'll link it.
I think it's a great idea.
I have them once in a while, Patrick. Few and far between.
Oh, I was saying it was a great idea. I wasn't trying to make you feel bad, but I mean, if that happens, then you know what? I guess you deserved it.
I appreciate the kudos. I don't get it very often.
Positive reinforcement, folks. Do it with your family members. It prevents suicide. It's a good choice.
It works better than the belt too, but it's another story.
Wow. Lessons from a teacher. What does that say?
Hey, do your best, right?
Yep.
All right. Until next time, friends, don't forget to practice roll your dice, guys. Take it easy.
Good night.
Shake it, Italian